And the world at KBER.com.
Yeah.
Utah's rock station for 25 years. We are the mighty KBER 101. I'm the good Reverend Helmut von Schmidt. He is Metalhead Murphy, and this is the Salt Lake Sound Check, your local music show.
Woo!
We started off with music from the album Heavy Cream from Uncle Scam.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a coincidence, because they happen to join us in studio.
Yay!
What's going on?
Hello, kids. How are you?
Doing
Good.
well, thank you. Thank you for having us.
It
Sure.
is our pleasure. Once again, please introduce yourselves to Utah.
I'm Isha,
I'm Raffi.
and we're stoked to be here.
We are Uncle Scam.
We are very stoked to have you back, and
Yeah, it's been a minute.
yes.
When was the last time even?
It was October, and it was just, we released the Heavy Cream album last August, and so we were doing some of our promotional stuff in September and October. That's why I was just asking how the holidays were, because it's like it flies by so fast, and then all of a
sure.
sudden it's the end of February, and you're talking about Christmas. Oh.
And you brought a very special surprise. I didn't know this was coming. but-
Yeah, we're releasing that next album that we were talking about during the fall. So we came in October, and I think we had like one show booked, and then we headed to the studio, and we spent most of November recording and working on this album, and then December and January we've played some more shows and got this ready to go, and we've been releasing singles every Friday. We're about halfway through now. We're going to be dropping this album in its entirety on March 16th. So
Nice. Where's that going to be at?
at Bar Deluxe,
Bar Deluxe,
baby.
yeah.
We love Bar Deluxe.
And you guys played there last night, right?
We did play
Yes.
there last night. We can't get enough of it, really.
I saw Corky from Z-Rock. He was in here a little bit earlier. He was at the show and,
Oh,
and
nice.
gave you guys rave reviews.
That's right, he
Great.
was there. And thank you so much for stopping
Yeah,
by,
thank
Corky.
you.
That was a fabulous surprise.
He didn't drop his pants again, did he?
Stop it, stop it. Well, maybe he did, but I didn't. I mean, I don't condone it per se, but
Well, it's something he's known for.
he's
Yeah.
fun. It was fun to see him.
I'm glad we're a haul away from him then. I don't want to see that.
You don't want to see him dropping his
No,
pants at you?
Not at all.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, he often likes to show you the brains, is what he calls
I was
it.
going to say, I
yeah.
wonder if there isn't something extra special to see down there if he's busy dropping his pants. So.
Lord.
So I know you've got some upcoming shows, too. I think you're once again going to be at Bar Deluxe here shortly.
That's
Yes.
right. So we are going to do the album release party at Bar Deluxe on March 16th. We're excited about that. We also have a show this next Saturday, the 25th, and that's a part of the Submerged Art Fest charity show.
Yeah.
We were just talking about, I don't know that the venue has a name, but it's above the tap room. So it's a 2-day fest next Friday and Saturday. Lots of bands.
Yeah, for those, the tap room up in Sugar House downstairs. So this will be right above it. Yeah, the tap room's in the basement. Great spot. This will be right above it. Also, I know some people who bought some art there last year. So
Yeah.
it's a bunch of really cool stuff. You can not only help support local music, but local artists in general.
Exactly.
Great,
For sure.
great event, and we're super excited to be a part of it. So that's our next show coming up next week. And
Nice. That's
yeah.
cool.
We're actually, and on top of all this, it's like blah, 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 but we're headed to the studio tomorrow
Exactly.
because we are recording our next batch of music under our Minx nomen, or whatever you call that. But in any case, and so we're headed back there tomorrow. Raffi did some guitars last Sunday, and I'm headed in to do some vocals tomorrow. So
Sweet.
we are keeping busy.
Well, we're going to come back with more from Uncle Scam and some brand new music from Uncle Scam in just a sec. Right now, some really groovy music from the Suicycles. Our album
Yeah.
is Sex, Drugs, and Death. This is Western Highway on KBER 101, the Salt Lake Sound Check, your local music show. Thank you very much. Like we mentioned just moments ago, Uncle Scam joined us in studio. You just heard brand new music from the forthcoming album. Tell people all about it.
Yeah. Well, that was Fly Free, and this album is it's been a transitional project for us because some of our fans know, maybe a lot of you guys don't, but we started out as a 4-person band, and last summer our drummer did quit the band right in the middle of our second album release, and so
Well, that's convenient.
well, we decided to
Right.
go forward with the release anyway because we'd invested quite a bit of money and time and everything into it, and so we had some shows that were already booked, and we went ahead and started playing those shows to backing tracks that we had recorded, and since then we've enjoyed playing shows that
It's
way
been great,
quite a
for
bit,
sure.
and so we've kept on doing that, and we hired a studio drummer named Tracy Nielsen
yeah.
to do the drumming for us on this album, and he did an awesome job. We love working with SIS Records, which is Toby Celias, and he used to be in a band, or he's actually still in a band called Network. And they've done a couple of reunion shows in the last year, and they're going to be doing another one in April that hopefully we get to be a part of. It's an awesome band. There's you can check them out online as well. Check out SIS Studios. But Fly Free, then this song was written, I mean, the lyrics, I wrote them at the time for some friends of mine that were ending a 10-year relationship. So it's kind of, the lyrics are a lot about giving up relationships that have meant a lot to you and understanding that you can move forward and learn from it. And it's kind of been an interesting thing then, because it was the last song that we wrote together as a foursome. And it ended up kind of being so representative of what ended up happening with the band. Because those relationships, you know, anybody in a band, anybody who's done music or art, you know, those relationships are sensitive. And so when they end, you feel like it's the end of the world. And to be able to understand that that's what life is about, is moving forward and growing, you know, and knowing that relationships, you do outgrow them, and sometimes you need to move forward. And so that's kind of what Fly Free, the song, is, and that's why we named the album Fly Free as well. And so it's our title track. That's what the whole feeling of the album is all about.
Sweet. Where can people find you out on the internet?
UncleScamRocks.com, and also
they can find us on Facebook. The keyword's Uncle Scam, and MySpace, and we have a Twitter and YouTube account too.
Yeah, speaking of MySpace, I read in my show prep that it's coming back apparently. I quit. Apparently, a million new members signed up like just last week.
We make jokes about it sometimes at shows, and then we have had a couple of people be like, "We're still on MySpace." So we make sure that our stuff is posted up on MySpace, and Raffi does a really good job of.
Remember, Justin Timberlake can do anything. He's proven that. Even revive MySpace.
Bring sexy back? Definitely. Is that what we're saying? I'm bringing MySpace back. I don't know.
If MySpace is sexy, then...
All right, we're going to come back with more brand new music and more from Uncle Scam in just a bit. It's Helmet Metalhead, the Salt Lake Soundcheck on KBER 101. Like Alan said, Uncle Scam, they joined us live in studio. Hello once again.
I'm so glad that he is digging on us. Thanks.
For sure.
Thanks, man.
So we just played Dream.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that song?
Sure. Dream, it's definitely about finding, you know, what you want out of life, and then kind of taking personal accountability for creating that. So, where I've, you know, it's been the last couple of years that I've really decided to pursue singing and being a musician, and that's kind of where the lyrics came from, was the idea that when I was a kid I wanted to do it, and then along the way I just got really lost in working retail and doing all of these non-dream oriented things, and so then it's kind of the idea that the only thing that was ever holding me back in the first place was myself. So it's just more of that same vibe of the whole album. There's a lot of good to come out of the sad things in life, and a lot of, you know, progress to come out of things that are disappointing. Or what do you think?
I think it's her song about her dreaming about being a rock star.
Well, and you know, and the music, of course, Raffi and the other members of the band that helped contribute to the music, the way that it was written. I just find it's beautiful. It's totally inspiring, and when I write the lyrics to go with it, it's the feeling that I got from the song in the first place. So a lot of times, you know, when they were jamming out the songs in the band room together, I would get the words and the feeling for the song immediately, and this was one of those songs. It's just one of those that kind of spoke in that way, that it was about what it is now about. So that's why it's the second song on the album. That's why it's one of my personal favorites, and that's what Dream is about.
Nice.
Cool. Often, you know, we'll have some band members, you know, have a band in here, and some members are in some other projects, and it gets kind of, you know, weird trying to ask them about it.
Sure.
But you guys are your own side project.
Yeah.
So, why don't you tell us about that?
Well, and it's kind of a fun evolution thing. It's I know we mentioned it when we came last October, and we certainly have been progressing internally, even though we haven't been doing much on the outside. And that's because as we've been kind of completing these goals that we had as Uncle Scam, we are kind of going to be transitioning in March into becoming Minx full-time.
Okay.
And so we will still continue to play our Uncle Scam music, and we'll still book shows as Uncle Scam if that's what the venue would prefer, or that's what the situation dictates. But going forward, we have, God, it's 30 plus songs now that we've
about 30
been putting
songs,
together
I
as Minx, and we're going to start releasing that in March, and
Nice.
we're really excited about that as well, because where all of the material on Uncle Scam was written with the input of the four of us.
Yeah.
All of this new material as Minx is just Raffi and I. It's kind of our expression of who we are,
Exactly.
what we do. You know what I mean? And it's going to be fun, too, because in the meantime, our multiple personality disorder has taken over. And so it's not just going to be one kind of genre or another. And this isn't even one of those kind of vacant comments about how we're genre bending. This is like we're literally going to dip in different genres. So we have a full-on hip-hop song that has my whole hip-hop rap on it. And then we have a super electronic song that I am going to jam some opera vocals over. And
Kick ass.
yeah, and then we have,
The rock, of
have
course.
exactly our classic rock that we love to do. We have some of the guitar-only pieces that are more ambient and soulful, and we're gonna mess with everything. That's what it's about. It's like the
For sure.
experience of music.
And do you have any kind of website or anything out there for Minx?
Yes, we have Minx on Facebook, which is what we kind of have started with, and we just sealed the deal.
I think it is minxband.com.
Do you like the sound of that? I think it's. We
just did this like
we
2
just
days
were
ago.
kind of like finalizing.
Well,
these
I mean,
things
you got to
and-
give him a break because the Amish aren't allowed to use computers.
This,
So,
this guy next to me right now, he's got this enormous beard, and everywhere he goes, every time people see him, it's like this beard gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, you guys should come out March 16th to our album release party, because the
Well,
beard
I-
will be
yeah,
at its
come look at my
biggest
beard.
point.
and I wonder, will it be Uncle Scam or Minx playing the barn raising?
All of the above. I mean,
Okay, I wasn't sure who's like going to headline.
well, and that's the question, right? Because
Yeah.
now these days we can open for ourselves, we can headline for our, you know what I mean? It's like we
Yeah,
can
it'd
mix
be
it
really
up.
nice.
But maybe Raffi will shave between sets. We'll do this. We'll open the night with bearded Raffi. Maybe then, partway through he can go out and shave some of it off, do some new styling.
I only shave when I have to fly, because then they don't harass me.
It's true. Or when he had to get his passport picture.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's probably a very good call. I can't argue with that. All right, we're going to come back with yet more new music from Uncle Scam in just a moment. It's Helmet Metalhead Sound Like Sound Check on KBER 101. It's best that the conversation stay off the air.
Yeah, exactly.
KBER 101, the Salt Lake Sound Check, your local music show, Helmet Metalhead. That was some new music from Royal Bliss. Their new album is called Waiting Out the Storm, and that was I Will Catch You. And Uncle Scam joins us in studio. Hello once again.
Hey,
What's going on?
you know what? We just want to make sure everybody is educated about what comes up when you Google the word Santorum.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it's yucky.
It's pretty special.
All right, and back to the show.
So I know we asked this last time y'all came in, but honestly, I can't remember what you said. I have a terrible memory.
Awesome.
Just terrible. So, name of the very first band you were ever in, even if you were in grade school and you didn't even know how to play instruments and you couldn't sing. I want to know what the name of the very first band you were ever in was.
You know what?
Virtues.
No,
Which really
94.
that explains the Amish beard.
cheers. I love it.
For sure.
You know what? I wasn't in bands. I was in musicals, and
What was the first musical you were in?
well, and it gets
Santorum?
no, it gets even weirder then, because I grew up in Germany, and so the first musicals that I were in were little elementary school musicals that were, well, I did play Mary one year in a very Catholic little musical version of the pageant. And then the next year, I played a little girl in some play where I sang the song about how Christmas isn't just about presents.
Oh,
So
good.
I don't know
So
what
it was
that.
heartwarming.
Yes, very, very
Sounded
heartwarming.
filthy to me, actually.
It's not just about presents, about sitting on Santa's lap. Is that, or I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus, or what
No
kind of
comment.
filthy is it? Your mind just goes places.
Which is ironic because he was in Virtue.
Virtues.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's.
All right. Once again, recap the shows that you have coming up.
Yes, and we do have a couple of others as well. So definitely check us out online so that you can keep track of this. But we have a show next Saturday on February 25th. That's part of the Submerged Art Charity Show. Super excited about that. Lots of bands playing. Then we have our next show is March 16th.
At Bar Deluxe for our CD release. And then we have another March 23rd at the Garage, March 24th at Kamikaze's, and April 6th at the Hive in Trolley Square.
And we have a couple of other shows that we're kind of finalizing, like we might get a chance to play with, I can't even say their name on air. How do they even promote shows? But it's Mike Brown's infamous band.
Oh, yeah.
And then also Old Timers, and possibly do something for April 1st. And then maybe get to open the night for Network, which is the band we were talking about. It's
For sure.
Toby Celia's project. So
All right, cool. And then online, people can find you.
UncleScamRocks.com.
On Facebook, you could just write in Uncle Scam and you'll find us there. On MySpace, Twitter. We actually on our website have all the links to our YouTube and where you can buy our music on iTunes and Amazon. So
Cool.
Please do check it out.
All right, Uncle Scam, thank you very much.
Thank you.
One more now from Fly Free. We're going to rock Cherry Bomb. So on behalf of Metalhead Murphy and Uncle Scam, I am the good Reverend Helmut von Schmidt, and this has been the Salt Lake Sound Check, your local music show on KBER 101. Good evening.